Well then, welcome to my channel. If you guys are watching this video, then it probably can mean the most basic thing ever. You are having too much oversteer with your vehicle. Now, me personally, I love Chevy, I love Camaros, I love GMC, I love those brands. But the thing is that the Camaro ZL1 2018 sucks ass in this game. And like, oh my god, like oversteer, and I'm lightly pressing the gas and it oversteers. Well, today, I am going to show you a simple, that just hit my mic, I'm so sorry. I'm going to show you a very, very simple way to fix this, right? And it touches base on everything to help your car grip more on these corners. And it's going to touch base on multiple things. It's not going to touch base on one thing, whether that's differential or your suspensions or your ballast, because I'm be honest with you, they all suck if you focus on one thing only, and focus on nothing else. Like people say it's ballast. Okay, well, I add ballast. It oversteers. Okay, it's the differential. I go mess with the differential, right? It helps, but it still oversteers. I only mess with the suspension, right? It oversteers. It just oversteers, right? It nonstop. Like, you do not get very in-depth tutorials about how this works, and that's kind of what I'm going to touch base on. So yeah, fasten your seatbelts. I guess I've never done a Gran Turismo video, so this is my first ever Gran Turismo video, and it's how these cars work in this game. So yeah, buckle up. We're going to take a ride in the ZL1. I believe this game doesn't simulate temperature in the tires as it should, and I believe the only time that it does do this is if you actually put tire wear on. Unlike how Assetto Corsa, the more hot your tires are, the more they're going to expand, which means the more surface area that the tires are going to have, which can improve the grip. I don't know. I don't know cars. I don't know cars all that well. This game is actually teaching me better than Assetto Corsa, honestly. But no, as I was saying, like, this is the premise that everybody talks about. The rear wheel drives are not realistic at all, and I believe most of the people that are saying that is honestly just a skill issue. But I mean, out of all the cars that I've tried in rear wheel drive, this is the one that gives me the most trouble. Because the power of it just feels too much. Like that. Like you get the little and that's when your car starts losing control. And it only does this in the first and second gear. It barely does this in the third gear, which I'm surprised that it does. And as you can see, I'm barely giving the vehicle gas, and that is a lot of oversteer. That honestly, that might make a pretty good drift car if you ask me. But yeah, that's basically that. You get a lot of oversteer with this car. Now, hopping over to my current build, the fully maxed out build, the build that took me hours to understand how to get as much grip as possible when you're accelerating with a car that is stubborn as all balls in this game, because this car is stupidly stubborn. But yeah, so this is what I got right now. As we can see, we can go ahead and look under the hood, look under everything that we got as far as this car goes. Now, surprisingly, I didn't mess with the downforce of this car, because this car is going to be as slow as all it can be, I guess. So we need to give this car speed. It's going to lack in speed, so we need to give it speed in the downforce. So the rear is all the way down, while the front is a little bit to the right to at least give it some of that downforce to glue it to the ground. Yeah, that's basically what I did. And that's going to be what gives it the speed. Now, output adjustment, of course, we went ahead and just left it at 100. The ballast, I put 155. Ballast positioning, I put it 50. I would want to believe that it's very ideal, no matter what, to balance the front rear weight balance, because it just feels like it's going to be too much if I put it to the front, and it's going to cause some more of that oversteering that I've been talking about. Fully customizable racing transmission, and here's the manual adjustment. Now, in the first 3 gears, I wanted them to be parted a little bit more than the rest of the gears itself, and I feel like that has enough time to spread the power to each and every gear, making it as more stable. I don't like it's I don't know, but this is what I was working with for hours, and this is what I've come up with as a solution for the ZL1 to help it have more grip and have it have evenly distributed power. So power restrictor, nerfed it to all hell, because if I did this, it's a big difference. It really is a big difference in the performance of the car. And I think this is what helped the most. Now, obviously, you want to go for more stuff to stabilize the car, which we lowered the body height adjustment all the way down, and we put the front anti-roll bar to the right because it promotes understeering, and we put the anti-roll bar in the back to the minimum, which also does not promote oversteering, because if we put this all the way to the right, that's going to promote oversteering even more. Now, we went ahead and lowered these because it gives a pretty good description that the car is going to be whack if we had this high, while we had the height of the car very low. So yeah, we went ahead and fixed that. The natural frequency, we went ahead and kept it as close as we could together as far as numbers go. And it's more ideal to keep the numbers together, but I think it helped a little bit more just to have more of a spring rate in the back. And the toe angle, of course, went ahead and knocked it all the way to the right to help the power wheel to have that traction while going straight. Because sometimes the car did freak out when I was going in a straight line, as you could see in like the intro of the video, and probably I don't know if it had it in the, I think it did. But yeah, differential, this definitely helps a lot. You want to turn down the acceleration sensitivity, and this helps a very high amount to lower the acceleration sensitivity of the vehicle, along with putting in the power restrictor and adding on weight to the vehicle, evenly distributing everything. These three things right here: ballast, power restrictor, and differential gear. That is what you want. You want to put your torque all the way down, and you want to put your acceleration sensitivity all the way down, and then your brake sensitivity needs to go all the way up. And that helps. I actually learned that from a YouTuber. I forgot where I got it from. I'll pop the video up right here on the screen. Boom. Just like that. Okay. Yeah. That's what I got so far with the car. Now, let's go ahead and take this car out onto the track and see how good this car actually handles itself. Okay, so before we get in with this vehicle, I just wanted to go ahead and make that disclaimer saying that although this fixes the oversteering problem, it doesn't get rid of the oversteering completely. The best way, what I have done to this car has helped a lot with oversteering issues. At this point, get to know your car and get to know what its limits are when it comes to the pedal and when it comes to the brakes. That's the best advice I can also give you, because it's still going to oversteer, but you will see it a lot less, and you can better anticipate when the oversteering is going to happen. So let's go ahead and get in with this lap, and we're going to be on corner 1, and I'm going to show you guys exactly what I mean. So here we are, we're going ahead and getting into this corner right here. And as you can see, we are kind of heavily hammering the throttle down. And it helps a lot with this oversteering issue. And you don't really hear the tires screeching as much either. So now we're going to be on the second gear, which was where I said that you saw all of this oversteering issue happening. And look at that. Can just hammer down the gas and it will still not oversteer. Now, like I said, the rest of this that happens in this car is getting to know it, and when your oversteering will happen. And when your oversteering happens, you can easily avoid it. You see right there, traction control off, and oversteering should have happened at that moment right there, and it didn't. And then now we can go ahead and continue on our day with 0 traction control and get our fast lap times. As you see, we got this corner coming up right here. Slow it down, slow it down. Okay, and then as you can see, give it a little bit more gas, and boom. None of that oversteering. The car does not want to drift out into like out of the corner. It doesn't want to drift out of the corner at all. It is maintaining the speed. It is maintaining the grip. It's maintaining everything. All right, and just for good measures, we are on the last harsh corners on this map with the Camaro ZL1. And as you can see, that's where oversteering is coming into play now, but it's more easily anticipated because I've had the time to get to know this car a lot more. So yeah, that is as much as I can describe for the Camaro ZL1. If you guys have trouble with another vehicle and want to get my best inputs on how to stop oversteering, understeering, and all that, comment down the video down below and tell me what you guys think. If you guys liked this video and want to see more of it, don't forget to like and subscribe, turn on the bell notification icon for more videos like this one in Gran Turismo. Thank you all for tuning in, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace out, everybody.